pitch today. The newcomers, Chris Owings.
To be the overall factor, the wear and tear on the body, on the legs, not having to cover a lot of ground in the outfield, so primarily at second base. You mentioned it really, I think, right on spot when you said he's really the power figure that gives. Can do to kind of disrupt the pitching staff itself. And for the Dodgers, yeah, there's no question. They have
Name the Padres opening day starter. In fact, new manager Mike Schultz gave him that. The 11th of February, he named Musgrove the starter against the Dodgers on opening day.
Oh, he's pretty good, no question about it. And FEB Musgrove, he authored the first no-hitter in Padres history. And the Padres have played over 8,000 games. Finally got that no-hitter 3 years ago. But for Musgrove, also coming off of injuries, he was lights out at the end of May through July. Went 8-0, ERA of under 2. Then the shoulder issue and the injured list.
Musgrove getting set to go. He was the guy last year, just about this time last year, had a freak accident at the Padres complex where he dropped a 35-pound kettlebell on his left foot, fracturing his left big toe. So we started the season late. Dave Roberts, ready for his 9th season, skippering this club. And here comes Mookie. We are just about set to get this one started. And we're glad you're with us, whether it's on television or radio. Last year, a career-high 39 home runs for Mookie, and another 100 RBI season, 107. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Mookie. So 15 seconds on the pitch clock. They've made some adjustments, 15 with nobody on. With runners on, it'll be 18 seconds this year. Fouled away, and the count. A ball and 2 strikes. What kind of adjustment do the pitchers have to make based on the data that we got at the end of the season?
Well, I think also the data showed that there was very little problems initiating pitching with the pitch clock, whether bases were empty or even with runners on base a season ago.
Mookie takes inside. That's an even count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Because most of the pitchers that are coming up too, Tim, as we talked about even last year, they came up through the minor league system knowing, look, there were parameters from which you had to work within. And it's not really that foreign to the pitchers.
Breaking ball outside, 3-2. Full count to Betts, just underway here in Peoria.
I think where we did see it also, the adjustments, and it happened very quickly, were the hitters who could not stay out of the batter's box for an extended period of time. They had to stay around the plate.
Payoff pitch. That's a breaking ball outside. Ball 4, and Mookie Betts draws a walk.
That pitch is one of the things that you're looking at constantly. Everybody leaning over the rail, which, by the way, if you look at the Padres dugout, it looks like they have, well, not just a squad. They have an entire division in uniform in the first base dugout. Oh, my goodness.
They certainly do. They brought the whole squad. Varsity, JVs, everybody. Now Chris Taylor takes a strike.
But very quickly, my point, Tim, was that was a 3-2 pitch. What did Musgrove throw in his first outing in spring training this year? He threw a breaking pitch on a payoff pitch on a 3-2 count and missed by about a foot.
Stretch by Musgrove with a pitch to Taylor. Wave and a miss. Throw down to first base, and Mookie's back there safely.
So as a hitter, you're looking at the opposing pitcher. Is this a routine? And then the pitcher may be thinking as well, look, I'm not going to pitch to this individual hitter the same way that I will face them and pitch to them in critical situations during the regular season.
Well, Musgrove will turn and throw to first, and Mookie's back diving safely. Well, again, you look at, he's the opening day starter. The Dodgers will see him again in Seoul on the 20th of March. And the Dodgers, meantime, are keeping Tyler Glasnow and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the 2 expected starters for the Dodgers against the Padres in Korea. They're keeping them away from the Padres.
Yeah, and we just saw another breaking ball from from Musgrove that missed by, well, a couple of feet. So is this the day? He said, look, we're going to work on the breaking ball. And from a hitter standpoint, kind of go along. For Chris Taylor, I think this is a very big year for Taylor and what he can do for the Dodgers. Really kind of off season, if you look at the last two, contact has been an issue.
And a 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Taylor.
And another reason I think it's going to be big for Taylor, if you're looking at the Dodgers, you know, in the outfield position, what are you going to do with your lineup against left-handed pitching?
And the 2-2 now to Taylor. That is looped into shallow center field. Bogart's the second baseman, makes an attempt. He throws it to second base. Mookie is safe there. And a base hit for Chris Taylor. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, that's contact. And the reason I bring up against left-handed pitchers is that we look at Jason Hayward, who's not in the lineup today, but Hayward who had a remarkable season. You see, Taylor, he found the spots, so making the contact. But for Hayward, getting back to the point, he had fewer than 30 at-bats against left-handed pitching last season. So someone has got to step up, a right-handed batter, in those days that lefties are starting and Hayward may not be in the lineup.
Dodgers will use these 21 games here in Arizona. Figure that out. Perhaps the 3 after the opener and the opening 2 at Korea. It's 3 exhibition games. Of course, the Freeway Series, 2 at Dodger Stadium and 1 at Anaheim. James Outman batting third and playing center field. An 0-1 count after a swinging strike. Outman last year, 248. Bats at second, Taylor at first, nobody out, and Musgrove's pitch. Up high for a ball.
Outman discovered that the Major League season, 162, you have the anticipation. The Dodgers' theory is, look, we're not in it for 162. We're in it for postseason, and we're in it for, hopefully, it's going to be World Championship.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes.
But for Outman, it looked like he fatigued a little bit as the season continued on and on and on. But what a season he had indeed, his rookie year. And make no mistake about it, when you're talking about power, he has plenty to display.
A 2-strike pitch. And the breaking ball is yanked foul down the first base side.
A lot of breaking stuff in the first 3 hitters.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches, obviously working on the breaking stuff, but he had Betts at 2 strikes. He walked him. He had Taylor at 2 strikes, gave up a single. Now has Outman with 2 strikes. The pitching plan today for the Padres, they've got 9 pitchers listed. So do the math. It's probably going to be the only inning for Musgrove. He throws one inside. That's typically been the way all around baseball. The first day, pitcher an inning. We'll see what Mike Schilt does if he has him go 1 or 2.
And the shortstop is motioning over to Rosario playing at third base. Look, a ground ball hit a little bit to the shortstop position. Kim is playing up the middle. He said, look, I'm going to throw the ball to third base, not to second.
Pitch to Outman. Breaking ball inside.
And a pretty good reason he says that, because the second baseman, Cronenworth, is playing well off the bag. He is about halfway between first and second. So it stands to reason Kim's telling his third baseman, look, ground ball hit to me. My second baseman's not going to get to the bag in time. I'm going to go to third base.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And it's a breaking ball that got him. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. That one hit by the pitch, heads down to first.
So we talk about the breaking ball has been erratic, and it has been every bit of that.
This is going to bring up Teoscar Hernandez. Tiny meeting on the mound. One of the other rules this year, the mound visits that had been limited to 5, one of them has been taken away this year. So during the course of a game, only 4 mound visits. Teoscar Hernandez got a good bat, good power stroke. 23 home runs last year, 258 average. Houston, Toronto, where he came up with the Blue Jays.
One of those hitters you talk about, well, he's got quick hands. Two-time Silver Slugger Award. The chance here. This is spring training. You go back to what the Dodgers did last year. They tied a franchise record in Grand Slam home runs with 11 a season ago.
Bases full, nobody out, 0-1. And that's outside, 1-1. So your very first at bat in a Cactus League game, bases are loaded, nobody out, first inning.
I talk about this early parts of just about every spring. You know, it's spring training. Emphasis on training.
Cued off the end of the bat foul.
And my point being in the training, from a hitter standpoint, you have to come back in and retrain your eyes. Now, that sounds a little weird to a lot of people. And it may be. But you have to retrain your eyes to track the baseball. What's the release point? Is it over the shoulder? Is it out of the ear where the ball is released? What about the spin? What about the rotation? What about the speed? And then, is it a ball? Is it a strike? You know, by the way, you have to swing a bat that weighs about 2 pounds.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul, still 1-2.
And you have to do all of that figuring in the amount of time that if you take your car keys about belt high and you drop them on the floor, that's the period of time, that time span that you have to basically take all that information and then swing the bat and then make contact and hope that one of the guys out there with a glove does not catch it.
Musgrove delivering the 1-2. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, bases loaded. Betts at third. Chris Taylor at second base. James Outman at first. Just underway, top of the first. Joe Musgrove struggling here.
Yeah, and he struggled with the breaking ball. Would not look for a breaking ball right here. Look for dead red.
Teoscar Hernandez, right-handed batter, waits. The pitch. This one's hit in the air well to left center and deep. Heading back after it, the center fielder is Okar. And that ball is going to bounce and go over the wall for a double. 2 runs will score. Outman will stop at third, and the Dodgers strike first in the top of the first. It's 2-0.
Oddly enough, he did get a breaking ball. But it was in bad location, bad results. And for Hernandez, we talked about the bat. That's just a hanging breaking ball. And for Musgrove, he knew it as soon as it left his hand. And Hernandez knew it was hit well as soon as it left the bat.
And Mike Schilt, the manager, comes out to get Musgrove. He does not get an out. And he gives up 2 runs. He's responsible for 2 men on base. So the Padres opening day starter lifted ahead of the Padres plan here. Teoscar Hernandez drives in a pair. It's 2-0 Dodgers.
Oh, I gotta pay how much?
Been to your dealership for car repair lately? You know, half the cars serviced at AMCO don't even need a new transmission. At AMCO, we've been shifting gears for over 50 years, delivering top-notch service and unbeatable expertise. Our expert technicians will give you an honest assessment, and we won't fix what's not broken. So before you say yes to costly repairs elsewhere, get a second opinion at AMCO. That's AA MCO. Transmissions and a whole lot more.
Alignment Health Plan is changing the Medicare Advantage game so that you can be the one in charge of your health. Hey, this is Steve Sachs, and I highly recommend Alignment. They're handing you the reins so they can cater to your needs. Choose from a wide range of doctors. Your adventures in life haven't stopped. They're just beginning. Alignment Health Plan. Welcome to a new era of aging. Call 888-979-2247 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Or visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com today. Visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Welcome. Nobody out. Top of the first inning. Teoscar Hernandez driving in 2 runs. A bases loaded ground rule double. And now second and third. And Austin Barnes takes up high. Barnes with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So Carter Lowen takes over for Joe Musgrove. Well, they peeled it down to first base on a check swing, and they'll overturn the ball call. And call it a strike, so it's 0-2 now to Barnes. And ball just off the plate outside. Barnes comes in, faces Lowen. Still the top of the first inning. Joe Musgrove has to be a bit concerned about that start. He was probably going to go maybe an inning anyway, maybe 2 at best, but to not record an out and throw about 25 pitches, it's back to the drawing board for Joe Musgrove. Nolan's pitch, outside corner called, strike 3 on Barnes. There's one out.
Better velocity. And then for the first time, a breaking ball that's close. Barnes thought it missed the plate.
Well, now Lowen will face Gavin Lux. Lux returning to the scene of the crime. This is where he was injured last year in spring training. Gavin said the other day he just hopes to survive this day and get out of this ballpark. But serving as the designated hitter, he'll be in at shortstop soon enough. Next day or so. Just good to see him back out there as he takes a strike.
I think this is just really a good move to have him the DH. And unfortunately, just a tragic event last year. Missed the season. Trying to avoid really a throw. The ground ball was hit to third.
Pitch inside. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Yeah, Tim, well, when it comes to Gavin Lux, we have heard that he is at 100%. His knee feels really good. And Dave Roberts told us that he's essentially like every other player at this moment. The focus is just getting his legs under him in regard to kind of, keeping it healthy, but also keeping just the energy there. So he's in a really good spot this spring. As you mentioned, he's in as the DH today, but we should be seeing him in there as shortstop very soon.
3-1 count now on Lux.
I think Kirsten brings up a good point, too, is that he's going to be at shortstop. I think it's a good move by Dave Roberts. Just have him start as a designated hitter. He knows eyes are going to be on him from a defensive standpoint. So gets on base.
Draws the walk.
Yeah, just get him into the flow of things. Because when you miss the competition, and you miss it, dearly individually. If Roberts has been there before, you coming off an injury, look, don't put pressure on the guy. The eyes are on him. Start him off slowly.
Second time in the ball game so far. The bases are loaded. 1 out, top of the first, 2-0 Dodgers. Here's Chris Owings. Owings hoping to hang on to a roster spot.
Pirates have been fighting hard parts of 7 seasons at the major league level.
Non-roster invite. Gilbert, South Carolina. Former first-round pick of the Diamondbacks.
He's had some injuries over the season with Pirates last year, but just 11 games.
Stretched by Lowen. Always fouls it back. Yeah, he's been with the Diamondbacks and Royals, Red Sox, Rockies, Orioles.
And then went back to Arizona.
Yeah. So he knows the drill. 2-1 pitch to the right-handed hitting Owens. Swings, fouls it back to the backstop.
Let me ask you a question. Now, this is the first game of spring training, right? How long have we been waiting for this? With the build-up? With the interest? And I'm talking about interest not just now in this country. We're talking worldwide on the impact the Dodgers have made.
Breaking ball, tap, foul back to the screen. No, you're right. The Dodgers have been the talk of baseball. And the commitment that this organization has made to winning is incredible and really showed this offseason, no doubt. And when everybody's put together, it's going to be wild. And judging from the crowd today, this is the first spring training. It's the 22nd day of February. This place is packed. Camelback Ranch has been packed to watch them take batting practice and ground balls. It's been just a whirlwind all offseason leading up to this point. Owings hits a high fly ball toward the left field corner. Chasing after it is Jackson Merrill. He won't get it. It bounces fair. Outman comes in to score. No, it's going to be gone. It bounced over the fence down there in the blind corner. So another ground rule double. 2 runs will come in as Outman and Hernandez will score. And it's now 4-0 Dodgers.
Second time in the inning, a ground rule double. And this one just barely fair territory and got a part of the line.
I could see it. That was close. So Outman comes in, Hernandez comes in. That closes the book on the starter, Joe Musgrove, who will give up 4 runs. Lux is at third base, Owings is at second, and here's Andy Pages, right-handed hitting outfielder. He's yet to make his major league debut. He takes a strike. He's in the hole, 0-2. 277 last year between Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And a pitch. Breaking ball fouled away.
Well, it's 2 strikes. How about this one? 6 of the first 7 hitters had 2 strikes on them. Now it's 7 of the first 8. How's it worked out? Well, 5 of the first 6 that had it reached base.
The Dodgers right now are on pace to bat around here in the top of the first. Paez pops this one up, drifting toward foul ground, and that'll be out of the reach of Jake Cronenworth, the first baseman. Fernando Tatis Jr. also running there after it. We saw Andy last year. Spring training.
Well, his season was cut short. Shoulder injury. Swinging the bat.
He swings and lines it into right center. That's a base hit. Here comes Lux to score. Owings around third. He'll score. Paez drives in 2. It is 6-0 Dodgers.
There are now 6 of the 7 Dodger batters that have had 2 strikes on them in this inning, the opening inning. Game 1 of spring training have reached base. Paez also coming back from his shoulder surgery. Okay, he has 2 strikes. What did he do? He made sure he stayed back. They tried to work the ball upstairs, didn't quite get it up elevated as much as they wanted to. And for Paez goes to right field and with some authority.
Still only 1 out. And here's Kevin Padlo. Padlo, a newcomer.
Southern California guy out of Murrieta.
Southern California guys everywhere. Started with Rick Monday. And Mookie Betts, who led off the inning, is out there on deck.
Yeah. Mookie's already working overtime.
He may have an early afternoon today. Padlo fouls this one back.
We talked about Owings moving around, and for Padlo, he's been with Tampa, Seattle, San Francisco, went back to Seattle, Pittsburgh, Anaheim. All aboard.
5th round pick in 2014 of the Rockies. Breaking ball hammer deep to left field, way back, and this one's gone. A 2-run home run. Nice way to debut with your new ball club, Kevin Padlo. 8-0 Dodgers. Boy, what a rocket he hit out to left.
Padlo did not have 2 strikes on him. And for Padlo, who's been in 26 major league games, 54 at-bats, does not have a home run at the big league level. The Dodgers may have just chased their second pitcher in the opening inning.
Look how far that one went. Boom. Kevin Padlo with a 2-run homer. 8-0 Dodgers, 1 out, top of the first in game 1 of spring training.
Hey, it's David Vassay. What makes Navien a home run for your home? Navien tankless water heaters offer an endless flow of hot water for spa-like comfort, a 15-year limited warranty, and lower energy bills. Right now, SoCal Gas is offering up to a $1,200 rebate when you replace your old tank with a new, high-efficiency Navien tankless water heater. Find the name of your Navien contractor today at tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
Dodgers fans, it's game time. Remember that every battle counts, even off the field. Had an auto accident? Don't let the auto insurance companies play hard, having secured over $2 billion in rightful settlements. Jacoby & Myers is here to claim victory for you. Trust Jacoby & Myers to be your winning team. Your rights, your compensation protected. Contact Jacoby & Myers now to ensure your triumph, both on and off the field. Jacoby & Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
Hey Dickerson, word on the street is that you're driving the Ford F-150 Lightning now. Does that mean I can have your Ford F-150 Hybrid?
Absolutely not. I still drive both. And if I want to get as far away from you as possible, the Ford F-150 Hybrid goes over 700 miles on one tank.
Well, I guess I'll visit my California.
Back here in Peoria, we're still in the top of the first inning with Rick Monday. I'm Tim Everett. 8-0 Dodgers. Kevin Padlo hit the 50th pitch of the inning out. Gabe Mosser is the third pitcher here in the top of the first, and Mookie Betts batting for the second time. He walked and scored earlier. Mosser, 17 games in the minor leagues last year, 3-5. Well, Mo, I got to say, it's got to be a good omen when you bat around in the very first inning of spring training.
Yeah, how's your day going?
It chased 2 pitchers out and put 8 runs up, and you still only have recorded 1 out. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mookie Betts. Base is clear. And the right-hander delivers home, and Mookie drives one to left field. It's going to Jackson Merrill. Merrill is one of the very top prospects. Strong look in left field this year to get him to the big leagues quicker, but he just made a heck of a play, robbing Mookie Betts of a hit.
Boy, it's difficult. A lot of times you hear players say, well, spring training, bright sunshine, shirt sleeve crowd. This is Chamber of Commerce weather this afternoon. That's a tough play. First of all, to see the ball, then to make the catch.
Right. Chris Taylor 1 for 1. He's also scored. He swings and hits a line shot to center field. Waiting for it, Jose Azocar. He'll make the catch. And the top of the first inning comes to a conclusion, but not after the Dodgers face 3 pitchers and score 8 runs.
With Dodger season just getting started, step up to the plate and prepare the best ballpark food at home, like the world-famous Dodgers carne asada. Run to chefmerito.com to get the authentic seasonings, spices, and marinades that make a carne asada of champions, chicken dishes, and even meat.
Wednesday for the James Worthy Report, brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Unidos, we are stronger.
It's Big Cap Day at Santa Anita Park with over an estimated $15 million payout on Saturday, March 2nd. Get on track with world-class racing, bucket hat giveaway, a beer festival, fiesta in the infield, and more experiences. Tickets at santaanita.com/events.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
Marcus, what happened?
I was changing my oil and I spilled some on the floor.
Oh, well, use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah. Take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Heading to the home half of the first inning. Dodgers up an 8 spot. And Fernando Tatis Jr. will lead off. Lineups brought to you by your Lexus dealers. Xander Bogaerts at second base this year. He will bat second. Jake Cronenworth at first. Luis Campusano, he'll be the primary catcher. Hassan Kim will be the everyday shortstop. He'll hit fifth. Jackson Merrill made a really good catch on Mookie Betts. And Eggy Rosario, Cal Mitchell, and Jose Azocar, the center fielder, round out the Padres lineup here against Dodger right-hander Gavin Stone. Stone will start this one today. Last year, 8 games, 4 starts, went 1-1. ERA at 9. His four-seam fastball was hit pretty well, but that changeup of his still plays. It's his best pitch. And you'll see him put it on display here a few times this afternoon, we hope.
Yeah, changeup was just outstanding. A lot of very high percentage chase rates. Guys went after the changeup out of the strike zone. Question is going to be, he had a very long delay from his warm-up in the bullpen to where he's about ready to deliver his first pitch.
And Tatis takes strike one. That one just rifled in there. Tatis gets to start this season healthy. He's down on the count now, 0-2. Fouled that one off.
Tatis is healthy. Machado had off-season shoulder surgery. He's coming along, says he's fine, but they did not want to rush him.
And Stone deals low. Skips caught by Barnes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 8 runs on 5 hits for the Dodgers. They batted around in the top of the first. And the pitch. High to Tatis.
Well, you mentioned the four-seamer. One of the problems that he had in giving up a batting average on that pitch of over 500 was location. The location was not good. Not with a heater.
He got to chase.
Yeah. Different story with the off-speed, though.
Strikeout number 1. That's one thing that Gavin Stone's had a good rate of, and that's been strikeouts throughout the course of his minor league career.
He does a couple of good things, and obviously is that the release point is exactly the same. He does not telegraph it. In other words, hitters don't really see it coming.
Xander Bogaerts, a wave and a miss. Bottom fell out of that ball. Yeah, the strikeout rate in the minor leagues didn't necessarily carry over to the big leagues, at least not yet. But throughout his career in the minors, his strikeouts per 9, 12.2. That's better than a dozen. It's amazing. But he's got great strikeout numbers. You can see in 100 2/3 innings, 120 strikeouts. That's fabulous. 1-1 pitch to Bogaerts. Wave and a miss right over the top of it. And it's 1-2. So Bogaerts moving over a spot in the infield, plays second base. The Padres want to have Ha-Seong Kim at short. They just feel he is their best option defensively at that position. Check swing, and Bogaerts did not go. The umpires on the bases today rotating around. Quinn Walcott, Tony Randazzo, and Chris Guccione. Again, Mike Malinsky behind the plate. Chris Guccione is the crew chief. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Outman looking up into the bright blue sky, using his glove to shade it. Now he'll wait for it to come down and make the catch, and they were 2 away.
Well, we were talking earlier is that during the game, there are some rule changes, and one of the things that the umpire is going to be looking at very closely on ground balls that are hit, actually in the infield, obstruction plays, and they have been told, they being the umpires, watch it very closely.
Left-handed hitting first baseman Jake Cronenworth takes low ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Dodgers up 8-0 in the bottom of the first inning. And a swing and a foul. Tip into the mitt of Barnes for a strike. I mean, the rule for obstruction's been on the books. It's just now the powers that be want it to be a point of emphasis this year. So you look for a couple of those calls at least during spring training. Cronenworth pops it up, foul ground right side. Padlo, the first baseman, he'll make the catch with the glasses on, fighting the sky. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. On to the second. Dodgers 8, Padres 0.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, Dodger fans, thank you for voting for Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel as the best casino outside of Las Vegas and the Pines Modern Steakhouse as best casino restaurant in the 2023 USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. We appreciate your support and votes in putting us on top. Join us at Yamava Resort and Casino, California's #1 entertainment destination for big wins and bigger prizes. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey Dickerson, word on the street is that you're driving the Ford F-150 Lightning now. Does that mean I can have your Ford F-150 Hybrid?
Absolutely not. I still drive both. And if I want to get as far away from you as possible, The Ford F-150 hybrid goes over 700 miles on one tank.
Well, I guess I'll visit my California Ford dealer today to get America's best-selling truck for 46 years and counting.
Tell him ED sent you.
Because when we are unidos, we are stronger with Ford.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit, 800-226-5454. That's 800-226-5454. This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to your favorite ballpark. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Must have. 8-0, top of the second inning. Dodgers in front on a glorious day here in Arizona. Jeremiah Estrada spent last year in Iowa and AAA with the Cubs. Had a little time with a big club with 26 games in the minors. An ERA just under 6, went 1-1. A lot of strikeouts, 43 strikeouts over 28 2/3 innings pitched.
Well, if your pitching plans for the San Diego Padres and their manager, Mike Schilt, who takes over the helm this year, whatever your pitching plans were initially, they have been altered.
Slightly. James Outman fouls this one off down the left field side. Long run for Eggy Rosario, the third baseman. He runs out of room. That ball jumps into the seats for a foul ball and strike one. I'm glad you've tuned into the telecast and also the radio broadcast on simulcast today. Same thing tomorrow, just over at Camelback Ranch. Same two teams. Stretch by Estrada. And the pitch to Outman is up and in. James was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then scored a run. There's a stretch, the kick, and the pitch home, swing and a miss. Now, right before the games begin, there's always a question every year around every camp. All right, who's ahead, the pitchers or the hitters?
Pitchers.
That's what they'll say all the time,
yeah,
right?
Although the first inning is not a spectacle as far as displaying that theory.
No, kind of goes against the norm, right? There's a swing and a miss, strike three. Fooled by an off-speed pitch. So Teoscar Hernandez in the first inning got things going. The bases loaded. He found some room in the gap in left center field. That bounced and went up and over the wall. Ground rule double. Two came in, Betts and Taylor. And his first hit in the Dodger uniform is a two-run double. Swings, fouls it back to the screen, and it's 0-1 to Teoscar Hernandez.
It's good signs to begin with. 6'2", 215. And I mentioned earlier, really quick, strong hands.
Estrada's pitch. Wave and a miss at a high fastball.
And if you're just watching those on the television side, watch the front foot of Hernandez. He will basically pick it up and go to the toe. There's not a stride. Kind of picks it up, a little bit of a pivot.
Chase one outside, that's a strikeout. So here comes Estrada into the game to settle things down for the Padres, striking out two.
Yeah, looking for the gas and get something, a little bit of movement. So we see Hernandez, a little bit of a pivot on the front foot. And when we see Ohtani, he's going to be a very interesting study. If you've not watched hitters, basically he has no stride. There's a weight transfer.
Austin Barnes, the hitter, wave and a miss. I got to watch Ohtani hit yesterday over at camp. Well, the first time he came to the plate, it was in live BP. I believe it was against Daniel Hudson. And he just tracked pitches. He just was not going to swing, just watched the pitches, was seeing them. Barnes fouls it off to the right, then came in and ground ball, and then base hit. And that That was about all he needed.
But it's the amount of discipline that Ohtani has even in batting practice. There's a method to his approach every pitch.
Here's the 0-2. And Barnes fouls it off to the right now to play. It is going to be a pleasure to watch him on a daily basis, though. I saw him, periodically with the Angels. But reports on Shohei Ohtani, he is right on schedule. He said it again yesterday to the horde of reporters that were in there waiting for him at his locker. He said he's not ahead, he's right on schedule. Strike 3, Barnes swinging and missing. And Jeremiah Estrada comes in, throws 11 pitches, and strikes out the side.
This is AM 570 LA Sports.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to Arco Radio, the only station that's a gas station. I'm your host, Hannah, counting down the top 100 things we love about Arco. Number 2 was paying however you want now that Arco accepts credit cards along with debit, mobile pay, and cash. And number 1 is, for the 400th week in a row, lower prices on top-tier gas.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less. Savings based on independent retail price survey. See arco.com for details. Learn more at toptiergas.com.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
You're listening to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He leaps and the ball is gone on the exclusive home of your LA Dodgers. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverish.
You're going to see a good game through those glasses. You want a pair like that, man?
Two pair. Good, yeah.
8 runs on 5 hits for the Dodgers. Nothing for the Padres. Here's Michael Grove. Bottom of the second inning. Gavin Stone, 1 perfect inning, 1 strikeout. He did it on 13 pitches. Now Grove gets in there. 2 and 3 last year, 6.13 ERA. And the strikeout's better than the innings. That's what you like to see. 78 Ks. And Mark Pryor certainly with a lot of good things to work with this particular pitching staff and the continued development of pitchers like a Gavin Stone, like a Michael Grove.
Well, one of the things that they worked at with Grove, and it really paid off, increase the usage of the slider, which is a very good pitch for him.
There's one of the dirt there to Campusano outside. Luis Campusano, the batter for San Diego. He'll be the primary catcher. They did pick up another catcher. Probably see him later today. Kyle Higashioka, former Yankee. Campusano figures to be the everyday guy behind the plate. Pops this one up, back at first. And Mookie Betts with a better angle on it than the first baseman Padlo. He'll make a one-handed catch near the foul line, and that's the first out of the Padres' second.
Grove mentioned that slider. The usage last year went up almost 20% over the preceding year. So not only refining it, but trusting it.
And that's a big thing for any pitcher, isn't it? The trust factor in your own stuff. Ha-Seong Kim lines one to left field. That's going to get down on one hop in front of Teoscar Hernandez, and that's the first hit allowed by the Dodgers this afternoon.
Well, you can have a pitch. You can be taught a new pitch or a new grip or new pressure point. But at some point in time, do you trust it enough in a critical situation of the ballgame?
Grove facing Jackson Merrill, 1 out, 1 on. And Merrill is a guy that the Padres are high on, very, very high on. But it seems like what the Padres do is they just go out and get the best shortstops they can find, and they'll then find another spot for him to play. Merrill is a really good shortstop, but he might debut in left field this year. Stretch by Grove, and a pitch. Little tapper, slowly hit toward first. Charging his Padlo, he'll have one play. And he beats Merrill to the bag for the second out. Ha-Sung Kim advances to second base.
It's interesting what you say about trying to the stockpile. Shortstop. They're going after good players. But if you can play shortstop, you can adjust and play other positions. It's not like, well, as a left-handed thrower, that means you're going to be limited. You're going to play in the left side of the infield, not going to play second base. You play first base, you play the outfield. You're not going to catch either if you're left-handed. Although Dale Long did it years and years ago in baseball.
2 outs, Grove out of the stretch with a runner at second. Throws home to the third baseman, Eggy Rosario, outside and low.
But most of us who are left-handed have been very thankful during their lives that they didn't want to put you back behind the plate to do the catching.
Yeah, but you had to play some first base, too, against some left-handed hitters.
That's when you realize that first base is a little bit too close to home plate. My first game that I played at first base, I believe, was against the Pittsburgh Pirates, or soon thereafter. Oh, it's delightful to hold a runner on, and the batter is Willie Stargell.
That's just who I was thinking you were going to say. Stargell has hit 2 out of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, well, it comes down to those are not memories; those are nightmares.
2 balls and a strike to Eggy Rosario. Ha-Sung Kim, the runner at second base, and Michael Grove out of the stretch delivers. That is low. 3 balls and a strike.
Bad pitch. Rosario just stayed off of it. And by not a bad pitch, I'm talking about, look, that's one of those tempting pitches.
Next pitch to Rosario, in there for a call strike.
There it is. That's what we were talking about, the slider. You think it's going to be off the plate. It's got movement, and it loses altitude.
Payoff pitch to Rosario. Tap foul.
Came back with another one.
And Grove, the second pitcher the Dodgers have used, and they've got another list ready to go behind him.
Hey, is this fun at the ballpark or what?
It's a great start. I mean, you got the perfect day for it. No breeze, really. And Dodgers have put 8 runs up. That matched their highest scoring inning, by the way, from the entire season last year. Getting 8 runs in the first. That's low ball 4. Now Rosario at first base. 2 on and 2 out for San Diego. August 7th of last year, in the 4th inning, the Dodgers put 8 runs up against the Padres. The 8th spot here in the top of the first matched that. Here's Cal Mitchell, left-handed batter for San Diego. He's the DH today. He'll take a pitch inside for ball 1.
He's playing for his hometown ball club. Born in San Diego.
And Mitchell waits. Pitch is high and away, 2-0. Grove falls behind him. Yeah, Rancho Bernardo High School for Cal Mitchell. Second round pick of the Pirates back in 2017. And through the Pittsburgh system, pickoff attempt at second base, and Kim gets back. In for a strike.
You know, another group is really anxious for this to get going, the umpires. You know, Major League Baseball has the umpiring development program that they have at Jackie Robinson Training Center, historic Dodger Town, if you will.
pulled down the right field line.
Which is a great program, by the way. Umpire development program. It lasts a month. And it's by invitation only. You know, it used to be you could make an application to come in, but now it's invitation only by Major League Baseball. And to see the troops go through their daily routines, really amazing.
Foul ball, count 2-2.
From the classroom in the morning to on the field in the afternoon, and they throw everything into the works. Runner obstruction, fielder obstruction, you name it. And they take tests all the time. And there's about 18 or 20 of some 75 hand-picked that are signed to professional contracts.
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, Mitchell out on strikes, and the Padres leave 2, and we go to the third inning. Dodgers 8, Padres nothing.
We're back.
There will be no letdown. This year ends differently.
Fast A's in Arizona.
Andre Ethier is my new family. I live here now.
The boys in blue are on the field at Camelback.
This team, man. This team.
And Dodger baseball is in full swing.
It is gone, a home run.
Don't miss a game all season long right here on AM 570 LA Sports.
I just sneak in one earbud and listen every night at work.
And take the game with you on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, LA County, Freddie Freeman here. Did you know California is stepping up to the plate with a new Cal Recycle law? It's changing the game on what's accepted as CRV, California Redemption Value. Now, more of your everyday beverage containers can be turned into cash. So let's hit a home run for the environment and our wallets. Check out cleanla.com for the full roster of eligible containers, brought to you by LA County.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Back to LA Dodgers baseball.
Makes the leap and he makes the catch.
Exclusively on the LA Dodgers Audio Network. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Make sure to be at Dodger Stadium Monday, April 1st for Fernando Valenzuela Jersey Night. Sponsored by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information. There's Fernando. He's getting ready for Jersey Night. After a great season last year was for him, having his number retired. So Jose Motor right next to him. Here's Yuki Matsui, who comes over from the Rakuten Golden Eagles in Japan. He's been one of the top saves guys there. In fact, 3 of the last 4 seasons, he was the saves leader in Japan. He has a devastating splitter. That's his big off-speed pitch. And Gavin Lux fouls the first pitch away. Left-hander wears number 1. When do you suppose the last time you saw a pitcher wearing the number 1 was? Maybe ever? Never?
Which Little League?
The pause at the top of the windup. Now the pitch. That one is just off the plate for a ball. 1-1 to Gavin Lux. Lux walked and scored in the first inning. The Padres signed Matsui to a 5-year deal this offseason. Chased one up. Now, you haven't seen a lot of this pitcher, if ever. What's the challenge when you got a guy who's a pretty seasoned professional coming in here, a left-on-left matchup? How do you approach this?
See ball, hit ball.
And he saw the ball but didn't hit it. He swung and chased that splitter down and out of the zone.
And here's what's going to happen with Gavin Lux. He's going to go back to the dugout, and he'll be asked about 20 different times from 20 different players. What do you see? How did the ball move? That's part of the game. Trying to find out, hey, what does it look like? Where's his release point? Did it change? What happens with the breaking ball?
Chris Owings Ground rule double last time up, and also scored a run.
Interesting part of this Dodger lineup when you look at the bottom three: Owings, Pages, and Padlo. You know, the bottom third of the order. Guys fighting for a job. First inning, they went 3 for 3. 2 extra base hits and knocked in 6.
Good start. Owings trying to end a string of 4 straight Dodger strikeouts here. Estrada came in, struck out the side in the third on 11 pitches, and now Matsui strikes out Lux. So Matsui ready, and the 0-2 pitch now to Owings. Outside, 1-2. Overhand delivery for Matsui. 236 career saves. That's the splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. Campusano picks up the ball, completes the strikeout. So that's 5 straight strikeouts for Dodger hitters after an 8-run first inning.
I see a couple of different pauses. You know, it works kind of side saddle off to begin with. He'll raise up the glove. There's a pause, and then his delivery picks up the right leg, and there's a slight pause as well. So those on the television side of this simulcast, they changed it this time.
2 down. Andy Pages, the batter, with the bases empty. Swing and a miss.
He does come set, then he comes up with the glove. A couple of different motions.
He sort of pounds it, just a slight pound of the baseball into the pocket of the glove, too, just before delivery. Fouled off, back to the screen. Nothing in 2 now to Andy Pages.
Does the same thing, Matsui, on different pitches. So he's not altering either the cadence or the delivery itself.
0-2 pitch. It is coming right now. Hit in the air, foul down the right side, now to play. One thing certainly the Dodgers want to do is see as much of Matsui as possible. Don't know if they'll see him tomorrow, probably not, but then the next time they'll see him would be in Seoul later in the month of March. The games that count, but being a divisional opponent, Dodgers need to figure him out. And a foul tip into the glove of Campusano, and the side struck out. 2 straight innings. Dodger hitters have gone down in order.
This is AM 570 LA Sports. Hey Dickerson, word on the street is that you're driving the Ford F-150 Lightning now. Does that mean I can have your Ford F-150 Hybrid?
Absolutely not. I still drive both. And if I want to get as far away from you as possible, the Ford F-150 Hybrid goes over 700 miles on 1 tank.
Well, I guess I'll visit my California Ford dealer today to get America's best-selling truck for 46 years and counting.
Tell them ED sent you.
Because when we are unidos, we are stronger with Ford.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Everett.
Dodgers 8, San Diego nothing. Bottom of the third inning. Michael Grove with 19 pitches in the second. Out in the bullpen, finishing his day today. You see often in spring training. Sometimes if a pitcher has an inning quicker than they wanted or expected, they'll go out in the bullpen, finish up their work. And now Ricky Vanasco will come out. The right-hander with the Texas Rangers. He's had an interesting road to and back to the Dodgers. Spent time in Tulsa and Oklahoma City, but was a starter for a lot of his career. The Dodgers look at him now as being a guy who can come out of the bullpen. Jose Azocar, center fielder, number 9 hitter, his first plate appearance today.
That graphic showed Vanasco also that low batting average was below 200 against him.
High heat right there, count on and missed.
That's a long, tall drink of water.
Vanasco, 6'3", 180, Williston, Florida. Strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike. 15th rounder by the Rangers in 2017. There's a ground ball off the glove of Vanasco. Mookie Betts is there. He will glove it, throw on to first for the out. 4-3 goes to put out, 1 gone.
With Betts making that play, it looked relatively easy. It was not a difficult play, but I looked at the last half inning, and in the Dodger dugout, it was Betts talking with Dino Ebel. Ebel, not only the third base coach, it's an easy play, but one of the things that Betts did, Mookie got his feet underneath him, played the ball in front of him, but nice conversation between Betts and Ebel about the pop-up that we saw earlier down the right field line battling the sun. Dino very active. All kinds of conversations taking place in the dugouts with the coaches, with the players.
Ground ball towards short. To his glove side, Taylor. Sidearms on to first, and he's got Fernando Tatis Jr. Now 2 ground ball outs for Ricky Vanasco. And the batter will be Xander Bogaerts. Dina was leading some infield drills yesterday over at Camelback Ranch. Had the guys out on the field for quite a while. Basically working on infield throws more than anything. Obviously, you got to catch it first, catch the ground ball first. But
yeah, it helps.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
But the throws.
Otherwise, you have to wait for someone to go field the ball and get it back to you.
There's a 1-0 in for a strike. 1-1 to Xander Bogaerts. He flied to center field in the first inning. Breaking ball, cut on and missed.
Emphasis on spring training has changed if you look over the years. It used to be, well, you go to Florida, you go to Arizona to get into shape. Well, now it's changed. You go to refine it. You come to camp already in shape.
Back in the old days, guys had off-season jobs.
Well, they had to.
They weren't working out. They weren't
to supplement what was taking place. Obviously, the structure of the game has changed.
1-2, a little bit low, check swing, and on the appeal at first base, he went around. So Vanasco in 11-pitch inning. That's a good start for Ricky Vanasco. We head to the 4th in Peoria. Dodgers 8, Padres nothing.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers.
Toyota's President's Day deals are too good for just one day. So Toyota is celebrating President's Day all month long. Whatever you're looking for, your Toyota dealer's got it. Hurry in and save big on a stylish new Camry, powerful Tundra, or versatile RAV4. See all offers at Toyota.com. But don't wait. Get to Toyota's President's Day sales event today. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
It's easy to buy or lease any new Toyota and easy to own one. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance. You're covered for all normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Performed by certified technicians using genuine Toyota parts. See your dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
Life doesn't stop when the economy is uncertain. The market might not care you have a wedding to plan or a kid to put through school. And inflation doesn't know you've got a family to feed. But Bank of America does, and is here to help. With digital tools to help you save and local experts in Southern California, you can keep life moving forward the way you need it to. Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com. Bank of America NA, member FDIC, equal credit opportunity lender.
Back to LA Dodgers baseball.
Makes the leap and he makes the catch.
Exclusively on the LA Dodgers audio network. Back to Rick Monday.
And what did he do in his Dodger debut here in spring training? He just absolutely annihilates his baseball for a 2-run home run. Great way to start things off. And he will face a veteran right-hander, Steven Wilson. Last year, 52 games for the Padres. 57 strikeouts, 53 innings of work. Opponents only hit 185 off of Wilson. And the Dodgers, who started this game by batting around at the top of the first inning, have gone 0 for 8 since with 6 strikeouts. Pitch is high to Padlo. So the first time through the order, Mo, 5 for 6. 3 extra base hits and 8 runs. Since then, nothing.
At bottom third of the order again, those guys that are really trying to make roster spots knocked in 6 of the 8 runs.
Breaking ball fouled back.
Well, how about this? We talked about the best pitching plans that you have to begin with. Padres pitching in the first inning, 54 pitches. Dodgers pitchers in the first 3 innings, 43.
The economy of pitching. Padlo waving a miss there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, Wilson, there's not much that's dainty about the way that he pitches. Oh, he'll change it up. He'll mix it up, everything else. But he's one of those guys, look, here I am, there you are, and here it comes.
And if you joined us late, remember the pitch clock is different this year. It's been adjusted. It's shorter, just 15 seconds now with nobody on base. Slider down and away.
MLB, we talked about this earlier today. MLB put out some numbers that the time of game last year got longer and longer as the season progressed.
Padlo hits the ball well to left field again. Going back is Jackson Merrill at the track. He's able to make the catch. Padlo gave it a ride again. This time Merrill caught up to it, and there's 1 gone.
Padlo able to fight that ball off. Good catch, as you mentioned, by Merrill, trying to fight the sun to go back and judge it. So the game from opening day in the first month until the final month of last season had extended 7 minutes longer. But I think there's a reason for it. Part of the conversation we were having is that, look, you got more and more competition. Teams trying to get into postseason play. You can analyze things a little bit more. And pitching changes.
Mookie Betts, 3rd time up. Pitch outside. Got to figure this is going to be it for Mookie today. Finished 2nd in the MVP voting in the National League. To Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves. Freddie Freeman came in 3rd. Strike called to Mookie. Betts walked in the first. Lined out to left field, also in the first. Robbed of a hit by a diving catch from Jackson Merrill. 1-1 pitch now from Wilson. Slider outside. Pretty much sinker slider guy is Steven Wilson. 1 out, nobody on. Mookie Betts and then Chris Taylor next. This is the first of 21 games the Dodgers will play. We'll have 20 telecasts for you here on Sportsnet LA and a bunch of radio simulcasts for you on AM 570 as well, as today's is, as tomorrow will be. There'll be one split squad road game that won't get covered. That's about it. Everything else you'll be able to see right here or hear right here. 3-2 to Betts. Dodgers have left-handed action in the bullpen. Looks like Alex Vesia, perhaps. So the pitch from the right-hander. Wilson way up and in on Betts, and he will walk for the second time today. The Dodgers with a base runner. And one man out.
Well, you don't want to walk in spring training, but you also don't want to get hit.
He's going to run the bases. And here's Chris Taylor, who is 1 for 2. Lined out to center field to end the first, and he lines this one to left. That one is hooking, but over there to get it is Jackson Merrill. He had a good jump on the baseball. Hauls it in, and that's out number 2.
The other thing I noticed about Merrill in left field, he plays a relatively shallow left field, even against right-handed hitters. You can understand it with lefties, but he trusts his jumps enough. And boy, I just said he got just a terrific jump, and his angle to the baseball, perfect.
James Outman with a man on and 2 out. You see the pitch clock with a man on. It'll go to 18 seconds this year. And Outman backs away from the inside pitch, ball 1.
There's 2 pitches that I thought James Outman towards the end of the season, maybe the last quarter of the season, were problematic. The fastball upstairs, and where was the height limit for the strike zone? And the off-speed pitch, in particular, away.
Wave and a miss and a slider down the middle.
Which, by the way, if you're talking about fastball elevated and off-speed away, join the multitude of players historically. I mean, those are hard pitches to hit consistently.
Stretch on the 1-1 pitch from Wilson. Outman lets it go outside, 2-1.
Centuries ago, taking batting practice, Ted Williams asked me, is there any particular pitch you're having difficulty with? You know, that ball right at the top of the strike zone. He goes, don't swing at it.
That's some coaching right there.
Yeah.
Outman looks at a pitch just off the plate outside. 3-1.
And where is the top of the strike zone?
And did you stop swinging at it?
Well, but it looks good, Tim. That ball up there, it looks good.
Yeah. But is it good?
Momentarily.
Yeah, for a split second. Here's a 3-1 now to Outman. And that is low and inside ball 4. If anybody had ever asked me what pitch I had trouble with, I would say the one that was advanced forward from the pitcher's hand. That's the one I had trouble with.
The game of baseball looks really easy. It looks easy. It is not, folks. And the farther away from the field, I'm talking about the playing surface. The farther away from the playing surface that you are standing or sitting and observing, the easier this game appears to be. It's not.
The Dodgers with an 8-0 lead, top of the 5th, 2 on and 2 out, and Teoscar Hernandez up again. Hernandez with a 2-run double and a run scored in the first, struck out swinging last time up in the 3rd. And spun in there for a strike. The Dodgers so far today with runners in scoring position are 3 out of 4. They ended the string of 6 straight strikeouts that occurred between the 3rd and 4th innings. Betts walking and Outman walking. Another spinner just outside. Right on the corner. 0-2 to Hernandez. Wilson's effective. That's the pitch that he gets a strike on. just nicking that corner. Tried it again. This one missed.
You know what a difference a year makes? We've not mentioned PitchCom at all until right now. The reason I bring that up is they brought it out to Wilson, and he was the one I thought was calling the pitches.
The next offer is in there, called strike 3, taken by Hernandez. He goes down on strikes for the second time. Dodgers leave 2. Middle of the 5th, Dodgers 8, Padres nothing.
LA's best sports talk. That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Looking to be inspired? The Educate Elevate podcast shares incredible stories of California community college students who refuse to let the challenges in their life keep them from becoming leaders and difference makers. Listen to Educate Elevate on iHeartRadio or wherever podcasts are available.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
At Advance Auto Parts, our all-star lineup of free services keeps your vehicle in winning condition. Swing by your local Advance and we'll test your battery for free and install a new die-hard battery with purchase. We also have free oil recycling, wiper installation, and more. Come see us. Use the Advance Auto Parts app or buy online. From hitting home runs to hitting the road, Advance will help you get the job done. Advance Auto Parts is the official auto parts aftermarket retailer of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
This is how we advance.
It's Big Cap Day at Santa Anita Park with over an estimated $15 million payout on Saturday, March 2nd. Get on track with world-class racing, bucket hat giveaway, a beer festival, fiesta in the infield, and more experiences. Tickets at santaanita.com/events.
This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone. Home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Coming in hot. Just like the fajita.
The first 40,000 fans in attendance at Dodger Stadium on March 30th will receive a Freddie Freeman bobblehead presented by Bank of America. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. 8-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the 4th. And here's Alex Vesia. Now you can call him veteran left-handed reliever. 2-5 last year. Makes his spring debut. And facing Jake Cronenworth, the first baseman. You know what I did, Mo? When they batted around, I forgot to put second inning, third inning, fourth inning, move them down a row in the scorebook. That's what I did. That's why we're only in the 4th.
Yeah, well, it's spring training for all of us.
I just realized I did that.
Yeah. Easy to do.
Nobody said anything. Thank you. So Vesia with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Left on left here against the first baseman for the Padres. Cronenworth, who crushes one deep to right field. Baez back, that's up on the hill and out of here, and the Padres on the board. A leadoff solo shot this inning by Cronenworth. It's 8-1.
Cronenworth, the big man of the Padres lineup. Moved around first time we saw him, came up to the second baseman and moved him over to first base. He got a pitch to hit, and boy, did he ever hit it. Talking about Vesia, he really had 2 different type seasons last year.
Yeah, early in the season, things were rough on him.
Over 400 batting average against through June 17th. Whatever it was, he found better location consistently with his pitches after that, where he gave up just a 171 average.
Campusano, hot shot down to short, backhanded by Taylor, long throw to first, gets him. There's 1 out in the Padre 4th.
So all of a sudden, Vesia had a nice play also by Chris Taylor. It's going to be the Swiss Army knife again. Backing up, shortstop, second base, left field. Could play center, could play right field. Again, What are they going to do with left-handed pitching starting against him? Jason Hayward again had fewer than 30 at-bats against lefties last year.
Song Kim takes up high, ball 1. Kim a base hit, stranded at second in the second inning, 1 for 1 today.
One of the things you and I have talked about, and it has really been kind of the discussion with the Dodgers too, has been their versatility. And you give Dave Roberts or any manager, I mean, you get guys that can play multiple positions. Mookie Betts, one of them, obviously now second base. Talking with Taylor at shortstop.
2-0 pitch. That's in for a strike.
But the versatility has really been head and shoulders above other ball clubs, many other ball clubs, from a standpoint, it's not just you plug them in at different positions. They can play them very well.
Pitch to Kim. Yeah, that's taken on the outside half for a strike. Well, you just talk about Betts in particular. I mean, he was a second baseman when he came through the minor leagues with Boston. They wanted to get his bat in the lineup, found a spot in right field, became a Gold Glove right fielder, all-star, MVP, all the things that go along with it. Do not be surprised if he is a Gold Glove second baseman. Plays the position exceptionally well. And you'll get a real good sample this year to see how he can do over there. And it's not like you're not going to see him play right field. I mean, I would think later in games and make some defensive changes here and there, he might end up in right field. Might start a game or two out there, but get used to seeing him at second base. Pitch to Ha-Sung Kim is high, ball 4, and Bessie puts him aboard.
I talked about it briefly in the opens of both the radio and the TV and the simulcast. About the Dodgers are really perceived as the Goliath of Major League Baseball. The additions, the acquisitions, you look at their lineup. Oh, the Atlanta Braves, also a very talented team.
Left-handed batter, Jackson Merrill, the left fielder, 0 for 1.
But with all the attention the Dodgers have gotten in the offseason, and you just look, I mean, even the parking lot attendance today. And we're playing in the Padres. They share this facility with the Mariners. Parking lot attendance, we're talking about it this morning.
Are they giving you grief?
Oh, they did, and where to park.
I mean, the parking.
It's spring training for the parking lot attendants here at Peoria as well. But kudos to them. They looked like they were getting it kind of figured out.
They got it down. 2-0 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Barnes.
I did not know that one spot was reserved for motorcycles. It was not marked for motorcycles only.
And you're not driving a motorcycle.
No. And they had to move some barriers.
Here's Vessia's 2-1 pitch. Wave and a miss. 2-2. I got here nice and early. I didn't have to talk to anybody. I just parked where I wanted to.
No, it's just nobody wanted to talk to you.
That's partially true.
Yeah.
2-2, the count to Merrill. Left on left. And there's a shot right toward the left side of the infield. That is yanked down by Owings. And he throws to second. They get the force out there. I mean, you talk about a screamer hit down to third. Owings shifted over in the hole. Had to play with a backhand, knocked it down, and picked it up quickly enough to get that ball to second base for the force out.
And not too many times you see the ruling, it goes 5-6 on the putout, with Taylor playing up the middle with a left-handed batter. So a good play by Owings, who knocked it down, and throws to his shortstop, who's covered the bat because Betts was well off the line playing to pull.
Iggy Rosario hits a sharp one through the left side of the infield, a base hit. He was up there hunting the first pitch. And now the Padres with 2 on and 2 out. Merrill stops at second base. Here's Cal Mitchell, the DH, struck out swinging first time up. Bessie Ready to go. He kicks and fires. This ball is hit in the air down the left field side. Teoscar Hernandez drifting over near the line, reaches up, makes the catch. And the Padres will strand two, but they get one on the home run by Jake Cronenworth. And heading to the fifth, it is 8-1 Dodgers.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570, LA Sports.
Melanie Smith here, talking Galpin Ford. How about this? We got a dynamic duo now, because I've told you many times, Mike Schwartz is the GM of the whole joint. He now has Paul Olbrich by his side. My old friend at Mazda, I purchased a number of Mazdas through him. Well, now he is over at Galpin Ford as the general sales manager, which means you have two names with which you can dial him at 1-800-GO-GALPIN and ask for Paul Olbrich. He is a superstar. Mike Schwartz, a super duper star. If you hop off the 405 at Roscoe, they want you to ask for them. Why? Because they love the show. They love the station. They've got 1,100 plus new vehicles ready for immediate delivery. You want an electric vehicle like the Mach-E or the F-150 Lightning? #1 dealership in the world for both of those car and truck. #1 in the world. You want to do it online? GalpinFord.com. Sign all your documents through DocuSign. They'll deliver the vehicle right to you. Or hop off the 405 at Roscoe and now ask for either Paul Olbrich or Mike Schwartz.
You've waited all year for baseball. And it's finally here. Now get ready for Major League winning when you join the most generous Players Club in Southern California at Valley View Casino and Hotel. Join and receive over $100 in free instant offers to enjoy at San Diego's favorite casino. No strings attached. Signing up for the Players Club is always quick, easy, and free. So visit valleyviewcasino.com to learn more today.
You're listening to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He leaps and the ball is gone. On the exclusive home of your LA Dodgers. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Welcome back to Peoria. I am joined by the Dodgers' second baseman now, Mookie Betts. Mookie, with now moving to the infield relatively full-time, what just excites you most about being on the dirt and maybe being next to Freddie Freeman pretty much every day?
Well, a lot excites me about being next to Freddie. It's always fun adventures with Freddie. But I think it's just kind of flashbacks and memories of when I was a kid, you know, just going back, having fun. I mean, when the man's at first, like that itch to want to turn a double play and all those type of things, it just comes back. And then, not that I didn't enjoy right field, but this is something different and something that I love to do.
Does this offseason, did it look different because of the transition now back to the infield?
Yeah, absolutely. I did just a lot more agility in those type of things just to really prepare. I mean, you get in the outfield and it's more a lot more straight line running. So, but now I got to get my agility back and be athletic again.
Yesterday you told me you're working on getting faster, and I know that my speed definitely probably shocked you. I get it. People don't think I'm as athletic as I am, but what can I say? But what has been the focus? What has been the focus for you just with kind of picking up speed and kind of working on that agility and training?
I mean, just a lot of just intentional running. Like, people really take for granted, like, just the actual art of sprinting, and you lose it, and I didn't use it for a while, and, I kind of lost it, and so now I just want to be the best version of Mookie I can be, and, I'm just, like I said, just trying to be the best.
Yeah. Well, with the Dodgers this year, it's crazy to think that this is already the first spring training game of the Cactus League. There are obviously some new faces. What has it been like just building better relationships, whether it's been with Shohei Ohtani or Yoshinobu Yamamoto or even Tyler Glasnow?
Yeah, it's this locker room is crazy because it's completely different than last year, 2 years ago, and so it's a lot of fun. Doing the podcast has really taught me how to talk to people, and so getting to see a whole lot of new faces and getting to talk to them and getting to know who they are, that's fun for me. I'll talk to a signpost. It doesn't matter to me. So getting to know, especially people like Yoshi and Shohei, I mean, their culture and just how great they are. It's just fun to be a part of.
Well, quickly, we're going to go upstairs. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, ask Mookie how he ended up losing that foot race to you yesterday.
The people want to know how you lost me.
All right, so I'm going to tell y'all, guys, I put my head down, and when I put my head down, I lost sight of what was going on, and she's a lot faster than expected, so I'll take my L, but make sure you get your hammies ready, because we're doing it again.
I am a little sore today, I'll be honest. So I'm going to stretch, and I will bring the proper shoes, and let's give it like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right, let's do it.
You were also on like sprint number 10 yesterday.
Yeah, I need to be fresh, especially if you're going to be running like that. I need to be fresh. You need to be fresh, and we'll make sure we get it in.
Now, Shohei Ohtani was also out there doing some sprint work. Are you surprised just as how fast and how strong he is?
Yeah, everything's surprising. Seeing him, I got to see him a little bit, on base and whatnot, but really getting to stand next to him, pretty often. You see how massive he is, and you see how fast he is in everything, how strong he is, and so for him he deserves everything that he's gotten.
I know that the team has the goal of course, winning a World Series championship. But for you personally, as you kind of approach this season and the focus for this spring training, what is a goal that you want to achieve this year?
Well, I would say one thing is winning a Gold Glove. That would be awesome, in right field, and then the second base. That would be awesome. That's a big goal of mine, and I know if I can do that means I definitely help the team. After that, it's really just, I don't even care about how I do. I just want to win. I genuinely do not care. I just want to win. I want to bring it home, and there's a lot of heartbreaks, and losses and stuff when I didn't help, and so I really just want to win. And however we get there is how we get there. But that's the number one thing. Something that you've learned, just kind of how the last 2 years have ended for this team. Yeah, it's really like you just really have to just not try and worry about you. I get caught up in trying to perform, to prove people wrong, prove to myself, prove to everyone else that I can do it, and that's not the right way to do it. You just got to go win, no matter what. And if you play bad and the guys win, who cares? We all get rings at the end of the day, and so that's all I care about. Does this year feel different for this group? I know that last year there was an amazing team chemistry that you guys had, and it seems to have carried over into this year. But when it comes to just that winning mentality, and it's not to take away from years past, but does it feel like there's a different drive this year for the group? I don't know that it's a different drive. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think Dodger faithful and us, we're all tired of it. We're all sick and tired of it, and we keep getting there, but we're not getting over the edge. And so I think we're all on the same page, and we all just want to win. However we get there is how we get there. Now, I know that when they talk about early in spring training, everyone says that the pitchers have the upper hand, especially at this point. But for the offense, like you guys came out today, I was a little nervous. We might not leave here. But for you guys to set the tone, does it just feel good knowing that you guys are in a really good spot this early in spring? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, these games don't really mean anything. We got to do it at 7 o'clock on whatever day the first game is. But, you just got to create momentum somewhere. And we started today, and we just got to keep carrying it.
Mookie, well, thank you, as always. Best of luck this year. Spring training interview number 1. Check.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
That's one of a few that he will have.
So we have a timetable. 2 weeks, a rematch.
2 weeks. One of them probably needs to recover.
2 weeks on the race. That will give Kirsten enough time to recuperate. Get some shoes. Talking about different shoes.
I'm going to start training starting this evening. I have been doing Pilates, but I got to now do my speed training because this is going to be serious.
Yeah, it's serious when you're racing him.
Absolutely.
And you took advantage of him nicely as soon as he looked down on the ground.
I sure did. Listen, they didn't realize I have long legs, so I have to use them to my advantage.
They also did not realize the competitive atmosphere that you bring forward. That wasn't just, hey, we're going to spend 15 seconds or 20 seconds and we're going to run this race. No, you went out there, you wanted to win.
I wanted to win, Rick, you're right. And so I had to prove a point. Sometimes the guys here, they like to, they want to give me crap because they think that I am not I was a top volleyball player once upon a time, and I got to keep it going. Got to make sure they know.
I like the part where you look back to see where Mookie was.
Exactly.
Eddie Pajes strikes out. We'll get you caught up on the radio side here. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, just rub it in. Look back. Yeah, there he is.
So funny.
That is great. We'll look forward to the rematch. Just make sure there are plenty of cameras around. So, 8-1. Here is Padlo hitting it on the ground. The bases loaded. Throw to second, run on to first. That's a double play. And that ends the Dodgers half of the fifth inning. Get a couple of hits. Still 8-1 Dodgers.
Alignment Health Plan is changing the Medicare Advantage game so that you can be the one in charge of your health. Hey, this is Steve Sachs, and I highly recommend Alignment. They're handing you the reins so they can cater to your needs. Choose from a wide range of doctors. Your adventures in life haven't stopped. They're just beginning. Alignment Health Plan. Welcome to a new era of aging. Call 888-979-2247 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Or visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com today. Visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com.
AM/PM freshly baked cookie.
This Tungus jam.
Oh, so tasty.
Freshly baked.
Chocolate chunk.
So melted. Whoa.
You heard it. Now taste it. When exquisite freshly baked cookies are more than a snack, but an experience, that's Cravenience. AM/PM. Too much good stuff.
Hey, it's David Vassay. What makes Navien a home run for your home? Navien tankless water heaters offer an endless flow of hot water for spa-like comfort, a 15-year limited warranty, and lower energy bills. Right now, SoCal Gas is offering up to a $1,200 rebate when you replace your old tank with a new, high-efficiency Navien tankless water heater. Find the name of your Navien contractor today at tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
This is LA Dodgers baseball.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Dodgers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
8 runs on 7 hits for the Dodgers, 1 run, 3 hits for the Padres. Manny Machado and Mookie Betts visiting on the way out. Oscar Hernandez joins the conversation as the starters are going to be done for the afternoon for the Dodgers. A good conversation that Kirsten had last half inning with Mookie Betts. We'll kind of break it down a little bit, Rick, this half inning, but we've got some changes, including Alicia Hernandez, who will take over on the hill for the Dodgers. He becomes the 5th pitcher used. Travis Swaggerty is now in center field. Give you the outfield first. Drew Avens is in left, and Jose Ramos is in right. Hunter Fiducia is the new catcher, catching Hernandez. Jose Azocar, the center fielder, at the plate for the Padres. Cody Hosey is at third base. Brandon Lewis at first. And this ball is smacked into right center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Over to get it, Ramos. And Azocar with a hit to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Vogel is the shortstop. And second base, Austin Gauthier. Your new Dodgers in here for the remainder of the ball game. Ryan Ward, incidentally, should mention Ryan. He came in to pinch run for Gavin Lux after Lux had a base hit in the 5th inning. So Ward stays in as the DH for the Dodgers. Strike call.
It's a good pitch. Well, you're talking about a blazing fastball, just right in on the hands.
Correction at shortstop. Trey Sweeney is at shortstop, not Jake Vogel. Sweeney. There's 2 number 89s, and we got the right one out there. Robert Perez Jr., who came in for Fernando Tatis Jr. last half inning, asks for time. He's at the plate. This is always the fun time of the game, right? Well, you're working on your scorebook over there. It's fun. You get to see a lot of younger players you don't normally get to see. These guys get an opportunity in the A game.
Well, especially in the first week, especially again in the first couple of games. Remember a number of years ago, Camelback Ranch, Glendale. I think it was Cleveland that came in to play the Dodgers. And it was either the second duplicate number that came in late in the game. And I was asked on the air, so what can you tell me about this player? So I went to Google. Google laughed at me. Player was not listed anywhere. Google could not account for him.
Going to come back, just said good luck. Strike 3 call. Perez is out. Looking pitch there by Eliezer Hernandez. On the outside part of the plate, delivered it strongly, and that's 1 out. So 1 on and 1 down for San Diego in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, that's a good pitching, too, because you mentioned Hernandez just really tied up Perez Jr. on the fastball inside, second pitch in that at bat, and then goes away and gets him for strike 3.
Brett Sullivan, who came in for Xander Bogaerts, pops the first pitch up to the right side of the infield. Austin Gauthier under it makes the catch for the second out.
By the time this game has been finished, for those that are keeping score along with us, your scorebook is going to be very full.
That's saying it one way.
Especially in the pitching category.
I've already run out of room on the Padres side. Almost ran out of room in the first inning on the Padres side. They had a tough first. Nate Mondew, he had been with the athletics organization in the past. Left-handed batter standing in. Will take up high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mondew from Eliezer Hernandez. Out of Venezuela. In the Marlins organization for a while. Been in the big leagues with the Marlins and the Mets a little too. Most recently with the Mets last year. And a 1-2 pitch to Mondew. Wave and a miss. He struck him out. Not a bad inning. 2 strikeouts. Gave up a hit. Padres leave a man. We go to the 6th. Dodgers 8. Padres 1.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, Dodger fans, thank you for voting for Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel as the best casino outside of Las Vegas and the Pines Modern Steakhouse as best casino restaurant in the 2023 USA Today 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. We appreciate your support and votes in putting us on top. Join us at Yamava Resort and Casino, California's #1 entertainment destination for big wins and bigger prizes. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I had an important job, and it wasn't just a job, it was keeping my brothers and sisters safe. And coming back, it felt like kind of thrown away. If it hadn't been for Wounded Warrior Project, I honestly don't know if I would be here. It was like, I got my family back again. We all felt the connection, like that brother and sisterhood.
See how Wounded Warrior Project empowers women veterans like Donna by visiting woundedwarriorproject.org/empowerwomenvets.
Back to LA Dodgers baseball.
Makes the leap and he makes the catch.
Exclusively on the LA Dodgers Audio Network. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Everett.
2024 season ticket memberships are now on sale. All memberships include exclusive access to opening day, postseason tickets, exclusive member-only events, team store discounts, and so much more. Visit Dodgers.com/membership. Quick Monday, Tim Everett with you. Kirsten Watson down in the field. Here is Moises Lugo taking over last year in AAA El Paso with 46 appearances. Struck out a bunch, 69 and a little over 43 3 innings. Here's a ground ball diving stop by the shortstop McCoy. Goes on to first. And he's in there. Sweeney.
Heck of a stop by McCoy, and Sweeney just getting down that line. It's okay. Those on the TV side, you be the judge at first base. Rules safe.
Had that sprinter's lean right at the end. You know, like Kirsten did against Mookie.
Sweeney crossed the bag, and he signaled safe to begin with.
There's Austin Gauthier. 16 last season. Great Lakes and Tulsa. 12 home runs. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 1-1.
Fun time for the young players because they get a chance to play in the A game. Many of them know they're going to get maybe one look. Many knows, hey, look, I'll be at AAA, I'll be at AA, wherever that may be. But there's nothing like getting the call up and say, hey, suit up, you're making the trip, you're playing in the A game. Maybe late in the game, maybe middle of the game.
Facing 25-year-old right-hander Moises Lugo from San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. That's outside. Austin Gauthier. Gauthier played collegiately at Hofstra. Hempstead, New York. And a pitch. That's outside ball 4. He'll take the walk. And the Dodgers start out the 6th with runners at first and second. And Travis Swaggerty is up. Swaggerty came into center field. Travis Swaggerty. And had been part of the Pirates organization for a while. The Dodgers picked him up late in the offseason. It's a good opportunity for him. Swings, chops this one foul. 26-year-old. Former first-round pick by the Pirates in 2018. It's the University of South Alabama in Mobile.
Gets a little warm there in the summer.
A little humid. Now, you were there, right, for a brief stop?
My first full season. Started out there.
I guess it wasn't that brief.
Yeah, you can walk outside Mobile in July and August. You can blink and you begin to perspire.
Mr. Swaggerty. That's high and away. 2 balls and a strike.
Mobile, Alabama was in the league. Evansville, Indiana, Charlotte, North Carolina had 2 separate trips, bus trips that were 13 hours plus.
Long ride. I imagine on those long rides back then, a lot of card games, reading books, and taking naps.
Oh, sure, yeah. Encyclopedia Britannica, yes, reading that. No electronics to bide your time with.
Well, the road trips are different for the minor leaguers now. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. There comes Sweeney around third. He'll score. And Travis Swaggerty has an RBI base hit. And the Dodgers add on in the 6th. It's 9-1.
I'll just go up the middle and hit what you see, and that ball out away from him. But the infield was playing a little bit around to pull, especially up the middle. So it's been a lot of action, but some of the youngsters so far in this Dodger lineup today.
The guy we've seen each of the last couple of springs, Drew Avens. Avens in left field now, batting from the left side. Spent the last 3 seasons, AAA. Oklahoma City last year hit .254 for the ball club in OKC. NHL side. You know they've changed their name this year, right? They're not the Dodgers anymore in Oklahoma City. When we all get the new name, I'll let you know. It's the baseball club. Havens a cut and a miss. If you ever find yourself driving cross country and you head over that way, first stop in Tulsa, it's only about an hour and a half away, and then go to the ballpark in Oklahoma City. It's beautiful. Pitch up high to Havens, and the count is 3-1. Drew out of Southeastern Louisiana University in the great town of Hammond. Runners off the corners, nobody out, 1 run in. That broken bat flare. That is going to be down for a hit and a run batted in. Coming in to score is Gauthier.
Perfect way to put a bat out of commission. Again, it's the guys that, trying to impress, trying to get their feet on the ground and move forward. Their careers have really been productive today for Dave Roberts. And don't discount the hit because you say, well, it was a broken bat hit. Hits are hard enough to come by. Whether it be broken bat, whether it be, you like to barrel it up, hit it right smack dab in the sweet spot of the bat, but you'll take it.
Jose Ramos went out to right field. His first plate appearance this afternoon, takes outside from Lugo.
The Dodgers in 5+ innings today offensively and had 17 base runners. And that's 17 runners, 10 hits. They've walked 6 times. They've been hit by 1 pitch. Every time you look up, there's a gray and blue jersey somewhere on the bases.
Strike call, 2 balls and a strike to Ramos. Well, they've been getting it done with runners in scoring position, 5 for 9 so far today. I think you'd take that, right? 5 for 9. Ramos reaches for one and he pops it up down the line, shallow right. And it's going to fall in foul. Right in between 3 Padres. Ramos will take the long walk back to home plate. It's from Chepo in Panama. 23 years of age. So Jose Ramos.
So first game of spring training. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you wake up a little early today?
Sure did.
Yep. You better believe it.
I don't even want to tell you what the first number was on the clock. Started with a 5.
We may have been in the same ballpark. 5:45 on this side.
There's a shot down the left field line by Ramos. Swaggerty will touch there. He'll come home. Right behind him is Havens. Havens is going to get waved to the plate. And he'll score. And it's a 2-run double for Jose Ramos.
He got a breaking ball to his liking. It was up in the strike zone. The other thing that coaches and managers are looking at, how are you guys running the bases? Well, so far the Dodgers have had plenty of opportunity. That's just a hanging breaking ball upstairs. But if you look at the base running, even just in this inning, going from first to third, going from second to home, those are all little things that you equate where your ball club is and what you need to be working on from a fundamental standpoint on just the routine drills daily.
Well, the beat goes on. 12-1 Dodgers here in the top of the 6th inning. Still nobody out. Been able, the pitching coach will come out for San Diego to talk to Moises Lugo. He's getting peppered here by the Dodger hitters. Base hit for Trey Sweeney to lead it off. A walk to Gauthier. RBI single for Swaggerty. An RBI single for Havens. And now a 2-run double for Ramos. Dino Weeble. There's Dave Roberts. Think about this for Dave Roberts. He's in his 9th season. He's had 5 100-win seasons as a manager. You know there's only 5 managers all time to have 5 or more 100-win seasons. He's one of them, and everybody else you've probably heard of that's done it. Bobby Cox is one. Connie Mack, Joe McCarthy, and Earl Weaver the others. So that is some pretty exclusive company that Dave Roberts is in as a manager in terms of wins and losses. His career managerial record, 753 and 443. Close to 800 wins here soon. This ball by Ryan Ward, the designated hitter, came in for Lux to pinch run in the 5th. Ryan's a guy we saw last year as well in these games. He's a New Englander from Millbury, Massachusetts, went to Bryant in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Dodgers grabbed him in the 8th round in 2019. Outfielder by trade. Left-handed batter waits and Lugo deals. There's a swing and a miss. Foul tip. Might have caught a part of it. He's one of those guys, Mo, you got to figure at some point he's going to get a little closer and a little closer to the big leagues. He was AAA last year. And he's done the classic advancement where you go to high A one year, then double A the next, and then AAA the next. It doesn't always work out that way for everybody when they matriculate through the minors. He's been able to advance a level every year. In the dirt for a ball. Ryan Ward draws a walk. Now the Dodgers with runners at first and second.
Yep, and another pitching change. And we are going to see the 9th different Padres pitcher.
Well, don't worry, they got more down there.
Oh, yes. It's a crowded dugout and bullpen.
Mike Schilt, the manager, comes out to get him. Lugo's done. We'll take a timeout. 12-1 Dodgers.
Hey, LA County, Freddie Freeman here. Did you know California is stepping up to the plate with a new Cal Recycle law? It's changing the game on what's accepted as CRV, California Redemption Value. Now, more of your everyday beverage containers can be turned into cash. So let's hit a home run for the environment and our wallets. Check out cleanla.com for the full roster of eligible containers, brought to you by LA County.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
A lot of buzz for the boys in blue this upcoming baseball season. All the returning players and the excitement of the new players that have been added to create a stacked roster, much like Hoffy Hot Dog.
That's right, the Hoffy Classic Beef Franks and Natural Casing Franks. Now you add the new guys, Bacon Wrapped Hot Dog. We know it is the foundation of LA's hot dog. Enjoy some spring baseball. Enjoy Hoffy Hot Dogs. Visit HoffyBrand.com to find your nearest Hoffy Hot Dog.
Hoffy, local. Original. Great.
12-1 Dodgers, top of the 6th. Kirsten caught up with Dodger DH today, Gavin Lux, just a couple of moments ago.
Well, Gavin, just to be back out there playing in this game, how are you feeling and what does it mean to be back out there on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it just felt good to run around and then be a baseball player again, especially coming back here where literally I blew it out. I think it's just fun to get some at-bats and feel, normal again and do what you grew up doing.
Was that a big mental hurdle for you to get over just with coming back here and kind of just taking the time to reset and understanding of how far you have come since the injury here?
Yeah, and I don't think it really mattered which field it was going to be on. I think more just getting out, running the bases, taking a swing, getting out of the box. Yeah, it was a long year. So just being a baseball player again is the best thing that I can ask for sure.
What have you thought back last year, just the injury and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think the first week after it happened, I kind of sat back and thought about it a lot. But Freddie had a really good when he called me. He was just like, "Hey man, you can give yourself a couple days to be sad, and then once those days are over, you gotta get to work, and then rehabbing is your job." And that's kind of the mindset I took, and I didn't really look back on it too much after that first week.
How important is it for you to be back healthy, but also come back to still having the shortstop job and getting a chance to be the everyday shortstop here?
Yeah, I think that's huge. I really appreciate the front office, giving me words of encouragement, believing in me, my teammates, all that means a lot. So I still got to go out and earn it, and that's kind of the mindset I'm taking with it. And every day I got to go earn it.
For us, that you reached out to him early, were with him all year. Right? How important was he last year for you?
Yeah, I mean, he's awesome. Miggy's one of the best teammates I've ever had, and I'm constantly, but I'm probably being annoying to him. I'm constantly picking his brain on defense and what he does, what he sees with me. So he's been like a big brother to me, and he's been awesome.
When did you know that you were kind of back to yourself? Is today one of those final boxes to check, even mentally?
Yeah, I think getting out in the game and playing in an actual game and not a live BP or an inter squad is kind of the last box to check. And now I've got to see how I bounce back, feel tomorrow, and go from there.
How different does the knee feel right now? Is it still some soreness you're dealing with between days? What's that process like, sort of day-to-day rehab now?
Yeah, there's still some days where it might feel a little sorer than others, but I would say 95% of the days it feels pretty good. And just talking to Manny right there, we talked about he's had a couple knees, and it kind of takes a full year for it to really feel kind of fully normal, where you don't think about it at all. So I think it's about 95% of the days that it feels pretty damn normal.
How did you feel about the Japanese pitcher who pitched in third inning?
Yeah, man, he threw me a really good splitter. His fastball's got some ride to it, sneaky, with a good splitter. So from what I saw, he's pretty damn good too.
All right, Gavin Lux meeting with Kirsten and the media, and David Vassay. Got plenty of FaceTime there on TV too. I hear plenty of David on the radio on the AM 570 all season long.
That was a big question about at what point in time and you check off the box, because from a mental standpoint, the doctors and the trainers can tell you, look, you're 100%, you're not going to injure yourself by being out and doing it. But all the workouts don't have the emotions of playing in a game with competition, whether it be spring training or regular season.
Cody Hosey drills one down the line. That's a fair ball. One run's going to come in, make it two. And Hosey in with a two-run double, scoring Ramos and Ryan Ward.
Getting back to injuries and coming back from them, you have to be able to have the confidence that you can go forward and you're not going to re-injure yourself. And that's a huge thing. I remember a conversation, it was last year, with Dr. Neil Illitrosh, and talking about injuries, in particular with surgery. He says there are no shortcuts in rehabbing from an injury.
Sweeney again. Well, we were here last year when it and I think both of us had a sick feeling to know what Gavin was about to go through.
Absolutely.
And, he worked hard. To get back.
Because you have down. You have doubts as a player. Is my career over? Do I have a job when I come back? Is there a job that is available when I come back? The club has to wait a year for me to get. Get better. And it's going to be a challenge for Gavin Lux.
Sweeney takes a strike, and it's 1-2. 2 down, man. Second base is Cody Hosey.
Well, it's going to be a challenge for Gavin Lux and everyone else, but he's coming back. It's a shortstop position. It was going to be focus of attention. You know, what is his range laterally?
Swing and a miss. Sweeney out on strikes. Dodgers end up batting around for the second time in the ball game. Put a few runs up here and now have a 14-1 lead.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Me to the best casino, LA time. games, readers all agree. Inland Empire magazine. Readers too think we're the best. Now you know that it's true. Sideline sport. Bar is just amazing. Watch the games, drink brews with your crew. We're the best, better than the rest. Less than 90 minutes. From you. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good time.
This is Michael Akiba, the managing partner of Jacoby & Myers. Don't strike out in your personal injury case. Choose Jacoby & Myers, the official law firm of the LA Dodgers, to hit a home run and get you the compensation you deserve. With over 50 years of experience and over $1 billion in settlements won for our clients, we're the MVP in personal injury cases. Trust us to go to bat for you. Call Jacoby & Myers. Justice for you since 1972.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 33 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to UCLAhealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of over 250 locations in Southern California.
Back to LA Dodgers baseball.
The leap and he makes a catch.
Exclusively on the LA Dodgers audio network. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Dodgers are on the right side of this one today. 14-1.
To build up the arms, the stamina, and not risk injury.
Stretch out the starters, and even the relievers to a point, especially early in spring, because no matter when you're pitching in a game, the big day is always tomorrow. Well, how do you feel the next day? Especially if you're a pitcher coming off an injury somewhere. Ramos bounces it to third. Long throw, he'll be out. Graham Pauley makes the play defensively. Stretch time, middle of the seventh, 14-1 Dodgers.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers.
Dickerson, have you seen the new Mustang Mach-E SUV EV?
Of course I have, Bob. I drove one to this recording.
It's so sleek, so powerful. It's like watching a young Eric Dickerson.
What do you mean, a young Eric Dickerson?
I just meant that the Mustang Mach-E keeps improving. Better range, instant updates, massive touchscreen. It's peak technology.
I guess you should get to a California Ford dealer today then and buy your own.
Come together, California, because when we are unidos, we are stronger with Ford.
Your car is one of your most prized possessions, so you want to make sure you're taking care of it, and that includes routine oil changes. Hi, this is Tim Cates. With our family cars, I trust the folks at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. No waiting rooms, no appointment needed. With locations all over Southern California, go to SoCalOilChange.com and find the Valvoline Instant Oil Change near you. When you pull in, they offer stay-in-your-car service while you wait. Got 15 minutes? Need an oil change? Make it a Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included when you buy an extended silver unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/20.
LA Dodgers baseball.
Makes a leap and he makes a catch.
Exclusively on the LA Dodgers audio network. Back to Rick Monday and Tim.
On the line, he got himself a hit.
Yeah, and well, it was Bob. It's in foul territory. Now
Ball one outside. 0 for 1 today. Facing Kevin Gowdy, who was a second-round pick by the Phillies initially. Back in 2016. He's got as high as Double-A. Before he was drafted, he was ready to become a UCLA Bruin. It's Smarndu to swing and miss here. Ball, they have 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's low, 2-2. So the runner at first is Sullivan. Do at the plate, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Dodgers up 14-1. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and 9 pitch inning for Gowdy. Pretty good outing for the right-hander.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports. In the history of Dodger Stadium, there's been 18 total rainouts. Hi, I'm Dave Roberts. As manager of LA's favorite ball club, I know a little something about rainouts. And last year's rain was one for the books. It was also one of LA County's best for capturing rain and stormwater. Over 200 billion gallons of stormwater was captured, enough for 5 million people. This year is starting out stormy. That's why LA County's putting in the work now for a safe, clean, reliable water future. Find out more at waterforla.com.
It's time to escape the confines of the city and take in the comfort and ease of the San Ynez Valley. Stretch your legs, stretch your soul, maybe even stretch your luck at Shumash Casino Resort. Let the hustle and bustle of daily life disappear in your rearview mirror as you enjoy a scenic drive up the coast to your destination getaway. Once you're there, enjoy a spacious gaming floor, luxury hotel, and a beautiful patio restaurant. Welcome to freedom. Go to ShumashCasino.com.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 33 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of over 250 locations in Southern California.
This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone. Home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Just a beautiful afternoon in Peoria, Arizona. Rick Monday, I'm Tim Neverett. Kirsten Watson with us too. 14 runs, 12 hits for the Dodgers. Only 1 run on 7 hits for the Padres. Left-hander Javian Sandridge takes over. Opponents hit only .201 against him. Out of Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Javian Sandridge, non-roster invite for the Padres, facing the designated hitter Ryan Ward. And first ball swinging, pulls it up the right side.
So what does your scorebook look like?
Let's see. I think it looks like some of Picasso's cast-offs.
Well, let me update you. Because Mr. Sandridge is the 54th player in this ball game. And he is the 36th different pitcher. Or 36 different hitters, 18 pitchers.
And we're in the top of the 8th.
Yeah.
Still got some way to go.
Yes.
Ward fouls this one out of play.
Top of the broadcast, we're talking about, okay, there's some new implementation of rules. And if we go back on this date, 2017, one of the differences was you can indicate you're going to intentionally walk a batter.
Strike 3 called. Sandridge strikes out Ryan Ward, and there's 1 away in the Dodger 8th.
So rather than to say, hey, you need to make 4 pitches out of the strike zone, it's on this date 2017 that Rob Manfred, the commissioner, I thought he had a great line, too, because this game is always evolving. He goes, I think it's a mistake to stick our head in the sand and ignore the fact that our game has changed and continues to change.
Not to fiducia the batter. Well, I mean, he is, he's overseen a number of changes, the rule changes. I think the most significant rule change we've seen in many, many years is the pitch clock.
And other changes as well, including conditions on the field, to keep players healthy and keep them on the field. The biggest change around.
Well, one of the new changes this year is the runner's lane down the first baseline, widening that. One pitch. In and out of the catcher's mitt. Swinging strike, 1 and 2. Yeah, so they've widened it to include the dirt on the fair side of the foul line. So that protects the runner, provided his feet are on the dirt. Pitch swung on, popped up, back to third. Shortstop McCoy coming over and making a diving stop.
Oh, what a play.
Yeah, Mason McCoy. Big time play.
Well, third baseman goes back. He turned about every direction, north, south. He talked about a snow cone. Then he does the barrel roll and comes up. You can see the baseball sticking in the glove. They have a sore neck in the morning.
Brandon Lewis struck out swinging first time. So many things to keep players as safe as possible, including a number of years ago changing the sliding rules into the bases, changing the catcher's rule where the catcher has to set up out in front. That was implemented a number of years back. And again, you've got to slide straight into the bag. You can't go after players anymore around the bag. And They've done everything they can in terms of player safety that we can think of at this point in time. There's Sandwich, the lefty, kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. He had Lewis out in front. And he strikes out. Head over to the San Diego 8th, 14-1 Dodgers.
Baseball is back.
Gone! Home run number 29!
Hot off the heels of a record-breaking 2023 season, it's time to celebrate our first baseman,
Freddie Freeman.
Join us for the first bobblehead giveaway of the 2024 season on Saturday, March 30th at 6:10 p.m. versus the Cardinals. When the first 40,000 fans in attendance will receive a Freddie Freeman bobblehead presented by Bank of America. For tickets and more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniel's Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Mention Home Run at any of their stores to receive a free team bracelet and $50 off any purchase of $99 or more. And don't forget, everyone is approved for credit at Daniel's. So visit danielsjewelers.com now to find the nearest store. Own the dream with Daniel's Jewelers.
Hey, Boost Mobile here to help you start from scratch. Boost is giving you the chance to win incredible prizes in our latest scratch-off sweepstakes, including up to $5,000 cash, with over 7,600 prizes up for grabs. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. For your chance to win, just head to your local participating Boost Mobile store and ask for a scratcher. It's that easy. So visit a Boost Mobile store today and get after it. Ends 3/31/24 while supplies last. No purchase necessary. Other restrictions apply. Visit your local Boost Mobile store for details.
The All-Star break is done.
Shea is the legit MVP contender in this matchup.
The LA Clippers continue their push for the top of the West as they take on fellow contender Oklahoma City. Clippers Countdown kicks off at 4 p.m. right here on AM 570 LA Sports.
The home of the Clippers.
Hanging on the fence, watching the ball game, waiting for a baseball. Right there here, Peoria. And Eduardo Salazar will come on to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. AA, AAA last year, 36 appearances combined. And so Salazar takes over. I'll tell you, we didn't see Kevin Gowdy for very long because he had such a quick inning, but Gowdy was kind of impressive. I'd like to see some more of him.
Very aggressive and very effective and moved the ball around. You know, you change eye levels of hitters and you change speeds. Throw the ball around the plate, you've got a chance.
Salazar deals a strike to Nathan Martorello, first baseman. Salazar with the overhead windup. Fires one in low, 1 ball and 1 strike. So tomorrow, at least looks like this will be the plan for tomorrow. Around the air same time. Padres Dodgers from Camelback Ranch in Glendale. Strike called, and it's now 1-2. Landon Knack is slated to get the start for the Dodgers tomorrow. Opposite Johnny Brito, another right-hander. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back. And then on Saturday, Mo, we head over to Tempe. Dodgers Angels, and we'll get our first look in a Dodger uniform with Tyler Glasnow. Looking forward to seeing him get back to full strength. I know he's dealt with some injuries over the years, but right now he feels good. He's ready to go. This ball's hitting the air to right pretty well. And picking it out of the bright blue sky, it's Jose Ramos. Look, he had trouble spotting it at first, but he found it, put it away, and that's out number 1.
Well, there's plenty of blue in the skies today.
We got Glasnow coming Saturday against the Angels. And for Tampa Bay, absolutely outstanding. He's got great movement on all of his pitches. Super high velocity. Began his career with Pittsburgh and then really flourished once he got to Tampa Bay.
whole thing with Glass now is staying healthy.
Tyler Glasnow is thrilled to be here. Santa Margarita guy out of Hart High School. So for him, happy to be back home. No question about that. And there's a quote from Tyler: playing for the Dodgers has been a dream of mine since I can remember. I'm beyond excited. Start this next chapter in my life. Can't wait to play championship baseball in my hometown. I think it's easy to see he's going to end up being one of a number of fan favorites. Guy. There's McCoy, the shortstop, with a 3-1 count on him, and Salazar fires. Missed outside, and he walked it. 1 on and 1 out. But you had that, similar experience, Mo. You went away, you played for the A's, and you played for the Cubs. You're a Santa Monica guy, and then you had the chance to come home and play. Could that have been a quote for you, from you?
It could have applied. You have allegiances as a youngster growing up, and an attachment, and especially from a home standpoint. It's marvelous to finally come back, because I had a Dodger jersey in my closet for a lot of years, playing for a Dodger rookie team. Just graduated from Santa Monica High School, and Tommy Lasorda was the coach on that team. Tommy at the time was a scout. He was not really the coach or a manager in the minor leagues. He was a scout and played with that team during the summer. It was a wonderful opportunity to sign, because the Dodgers sent out invitations for players that they were interested in signing to begin with to go to tryout camps over 3 weekends. And this Dodger rookie team, comprised of those players they were interested in trying to sign, I think we played about 20 games during the summer months.
Tommy got mad at you for hitting a home run, didn't he?
Yes, because there's the scouts in the stands playing against a Marine All-Star team in San Diego, where I later went through boot camp and did not enjoy it nearly as much as I did that day that hit the home run against the Marines. But he wouldn't shake my hand. I found out years later he was irritated because I hit the home run. He wanted me to look bad because there were a bunch of scouts in the stands.
He wanted to keep you all for himself.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out that way in the end.
It eventually did.
Salazar. 2-2 pitch. Inside to Graham Pauley, third baseman for the Padres. Now full count, 3-2. 1 out. Runner at first is Mason McCoy. Dodger right-hander looking in. He stretches, now delivers the payoff. He misses outside, ball 4. He's walked back-to-back men. Padres with 2 on and 1 out.
Spring training or not, 14-1. You challenge hitters to swing the bat.
And Hunter Fiducia just went out and probably told him that same thing. So you got to throw strikes here. Let him put it in play, see what happens. Now face Jacob Marcy. Marcy, the center fielder now for the Padres.
By going out, you touched upon this earlier in the broadcast, that number has been changed now as far as going to the mounds.
4 mound visits allowed now instead of 5 that we've had for a number of years. So during the course of the game, you better make those mound visits count. In spring training, they're going to be used at different times for different reasons. Ball 1 delivered to Marcy. There is the 1-0. Inside corner for a strike. See Trey Sweeney at shortstop for the Dodgers. Trey had a hit in the 6th inning. This one fouled away for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And nearly 9,000 here today, just shy of 9,000 attendance-wise. A number of those fans have started to beat the afternoon traffic here. Pitches up high. Nice thing about this complex in relation to where the Dodgers are is it's just a couple of exits down the road. Padres and Mariners will share this complex. Here's a 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. And Salazar strikes out Marcy. 2 men out.
Getting back in with something, a little movement. Notice when Marcy was going back to the dugout, Salas, who comes on to bat, asked him, and probably asked, what was that pitch?
Here's Ethan Salas, the teenager. Struck out looking last time, so he goes up there realizing you got to be aggressive, and he swings and misses.
Not stepping out of the box either.
Nope, not this time. And Salazar signed with the Reds out of Venezuela as a teenager himself back in 2017. One pitch coming to Salas. Left-handed batter takes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Salazar the stretch in the 1-1 pitch to Ethan Salas. Swung on and missed. And it's 1-2. And Salas uses his timeout there, so he's realized you can't just step out like he did his first at bat. You've got to call time. And Mike Malinsky gives him the timeout this time. And the 1-2 pitch now to Salas. Oh, breaking ball froze him. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Salazar. And we'll head to the 9th. 14-1 Dodgers.
With Dodger baseball back, it's time to get your life in order.
Somebody has to tell me what to do here. Be specific.
Step 1.
Preset save.
570. First preset, obviously.
Painfully obvious. Painfully.
Step 2. Follow Dodger Talk wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm a golden god of the pod.
Step 3. Download the iHeartRadio app.
Do it.
Calm down, DV.
You can stream every game wherever you are.
AM 570, LA Sports.
The home of the LA Dodgers.
Matt Money Smith here, talking Galpin, Honda. Dave Gillum's still there. Why wouldn't he be? They're regularly in contention as the #1 Honda dealership in the world, one of the biggest inventories of Hondas anywhere on earth. And Dave Gillum is a superstar. He knows that you're a big reason why they find themselves in that position, not only to be one of the top Honda dealers on earth, but also to win those President's Awards week in, month in, year out. It's a reason why they have one of the largest inventories of one of the most desired brands on earth. We're talking Civics, Accords, the high demand hybrids that they have going right now. They've got them ready for immediate delivery. This is one of the great things too. By the way, you don't have to go into Galpin Honda to get this done. Check out the inventory for yourself at galpinhonda.com. You find your vehicle, you can get your lease terms or your financing set up through DocuSign. They'll email everything back and forth. Next thing you know, they're driving your vehicle to you. 5 minutes, you sign a couple papers, bing, bang, boom, you're done. Be sure to ask for Dave Gillum. Check it all out at galpinhonda.com.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers. This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone. Home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Well, we've reached the top of the 9th inning. First day of live baseball in 2024. 14-1 Dodgers with the lead. Batted around in the first, batted around again in the 6th. And now 6'8" Sean Reynolds out of Redondo Beach Redondo Union High, he comes on to pitch for the Padres. Trying to make his way through the system. AA, AAA last year. 73 strikeouts. 64 2/3 innings pitched. And so Reynolds was originally taken by Miami in 2016. Rifles a strike in there to Cody Hosey. Hosey had a 2-run double in the 6th inning. Also has made a really nice defensive play today. Fastball snapped in for a strike. It's 0-2. Well, there's always the good and the bad, right? In baseball, pluses and minuses. It's fouled away, still 0-2. So the good today, 14 runs on 12 hits. They walked 8 times. The bad, 14 strikeouts. Oops. That's a lot of strikeouts, but it's also a lot of runs. 14. Another foul ball back.
Yeah, we were talking in the first inning about the fact that one of the many reasons, 8 runs, they put the ball into play. In particular with 2 strikes.
Reynolds pitch. Just outside, it's 1-2. Think about the walks. You know, last year it was the Padres and Dodgers that led the world in walks in terms of receiving them. The Dodgers, as a club, walked a total of 644 times last year, while the Padres were the major league leaders, walking 653 times. The next closest team to the Dodgers was the Rangers at 599. Breaking ball inside corner, got him. And he is out on strikes.
Another strikeout. Again, in that first inning, 7 of the first 8 Dodger hitters in today's game had 2 strikes on them. And 6 of the 7 reached base. It's not been the case since the opening frame.
Here's Trey Sweeney. Takes the ball upstairs. 1-0. Pitches upstairs. On deck for the Dodgers, it's one of their top prospects, and Dalton Rushing. Get to see him get to the plate here in the 9th inning. Anybody who follows the Dodgers minor leaguers knows this guy's going to be something pretty special. He's just getting started. 3-0 pitch in for a strike. Three and one out, bases empty. Outfield playing Sweeney straight up. They'll take high ball 4, and it's another walk. 9th walk for the Dodgers today. And now Rushing will come up with a man on. Dalton Rushing. Went to Louisville. Brighton, Tennessee is home. Left-handed batter, he takes a strike here. 228 last year in Advanced A. Played 89 games for Great Lakes. The year before that, 2022, his first year as a pro. Started in the Arizona Complex League, went to Rancho. Played low A ball there for almost 30 games. Hit .424 when he first got under the lights in Rancho. We'll take a strike here.
Those are eye-popping numbers when you look at it. 400, I don't care what league you're in.
At 424, pretty good. Second round pick in 2022 out of Louisville. Catcher, he can play a little first. And Strike three. That one grazed the inside corner, and Russian goes down looking. Sean Reynolds gets his second punch out.
Inside corner. Late in the afternoon, appears to have grown a little bit.
It's the February 22nd strike zone. Swaggerty grounds one toward the middle. He'll take the force play here.
That 14-1 game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs to get. Dodgers leading 14-1.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Oh, I gotta pay how much?
Been to your dealership for car repair lately? You know, half the cars serviced at AMCO don't even need a new transmission. At AMCO, we've been shifting gears for over 50 years, delivering top-notch service and unbeatable expertise. Our expert technicians will give you an honest assessment, and we won't fix what's not broken. So before you say yes to costly repairs elsewhere, get a second opinion at AMCO. That's AA, MCO, transmissions, and a whole lot more.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is LA Dodgers baseball.
Baseball is back. It is gone. Home run.
On the exclusive home of the Blue. Back to Rick Monday and Tim Neverett.
Well, that got it done right there. An 8 spot in the first inning. Dodgers batted around. And the rest was just a downhill glide. 14-1, bottom of the 9th inning. New pitcher on his left-hander, John Rooney. Spent time both in Tulsa and Oklahoma City last year. Strikeouts and innings almost even. 238 average against. One defensive switch. Cody Hosey has moved from third base to second base, and coming off the bench to play third is Brennan Davis. And at the plate is Ornelas. So Ornelas for San Diego. Left-handed batter. He takes a strike. Ornelas had a base hit. Infield single in the 7th. And the pitch waved at and missed. Sweeper from the left-hander. John Rooney. Set and the pitch. It's up high.
Mr. Rooney became the 21st pitcher in this game.
That's it?
There have been a total of, to this point, 59 players.
From minor league camp, he'll pop off the mound on a little squiver over to the left side of it. He fields it cleanly, throws on to first. And Ornelas is out, 1 gone in the bottom of the 9th. So Chandler Siegel is now coming to the plate for San Diego.
And he represents the 60th player used in the game.
Yeah, so Mike Schilt will make sure we get to 60 players. I was figuring 50 today, easy, right? 50, but they went over and above today.
Well, when he used 3 pitchers in the first inning, as the Padres did. Musgrove did not retire a batter in the 4 that he faced.
Joe Musgrove, the opening day starter, he's already been named. He really struggled in the first inning. The Dodgers saw 3 different pitchers in the top of the first. Strike called to Chandler Siegel. John Rooney over from minor league camp, getting a chance to pitch here in the bottom of the 9th. Fires one in high. So lots of live baseball coming your way from Arizona. The team will basically break camp here on the 13th of March after a game, I believe it's here against the Mariners. And then they'll head to Korea, where they will play 2 exhibition games. One with the Kaiwoom Heroes of the KBO, the other with the Korean national team, before they'll play these Padres again for 2 games that will count in the standings. So that's why the Dodgers and Padres play the first 2 games this week ahead of everybody else, because they start ahead of everybody else. Siegel pops it up to right field. Ramos underneath it. And we're down to the last out today.
Those 2 games against the Padres from Seoul, South Korea, you and I will be doing those. That will be first pitch at 3 a.m. Los Angeles time. Right? And a thought that we had, since we'll be doing that from the studio in El Segundo, if the game is played slowly, we will be caught in morning rush hour traffic on the way back downtown to go to sleep.
You're going to drive, or am I going to drive?
Yes.
We'll carpool again. Well, at least we don't have to change time zones. And with 2 outs, the 1-0 pitch is coming to Brett Sullivan. That's good for a strike.
We should just go to breakfast right after the completion of the games.
Well, yeah, good idea. Wait out the rush hour. There's a strike, and now down to their last strike, San Diego today. 1-2 the count to Sullivan. And Rooney trying to wrap things up. And what has been a good day for the Dodgers. There, pitch foul back. He'll do it again. Dave Roberts, he knows he's got a lot of talent to work with this year. Just being in the clubhouse yesterday, Mom, you shake your head and go, wow, look at all these guys they signed in here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the ball game's over. And the Dodgers come out ahead 14-1. In the spring training opener. John Rooney gets to finish it up. Always a good feeling when you can smile at the end of the game when you're a pitcher. But the Dodgers got it done, and they're 1-0 in Cactus League play. And these 2 teams will play each other again tomorrow. So the final score of this one. The Dodgers put up a couple of touchdowns today. And a 14-1 final score. You can join us tomorrow on SNLA and AM 570 when the Dodgers take on the Padres again at noon. Radio pregame begins at 11:30. Now on the TV side, make sure to stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. For Rick Monday and Kirsten Watson and our entire crew here in Peoria, I'm Tim Neverett. Stand by for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. So long from Arizona.
With Dodger season just getting started, step up to the plate and prepare the best ballpark food at home, like the world-famous Dodgers carne asada fries, made with Chef Benito's steak and meat seasoning.